Last time we agreed that every time you go for a meeting, please don't sit at the back. Always be closer. And then they do a presentation, they talk about it. Any question, you should be the first one to raise your hand. I taught you that skill, isn't it? Then, when you are asking a question, I wonder, like yesterday, we were about 500 business people, including Chris Kirubi. Mtu anasimama anasema, my question I'm asking, is a formula on how to ask a question. Because every feasibility brings credibility. Credibility brings profitability. Ukisimama, the first thing you should say is your name. My name is George Wachiuri. I am a team leader, or I'm a CEO with Optiven Limited, the company that was voted #1 in Kenya. Our business is to house Kenyans. I have no questions, however. Here's the story. I appreciate the presentation. It was wonderful. We have learned. We are now wiser. We are better Kenyans. Once again, my name is George Wachiuri. There you sit. Performer. What does it take for you as Iria, for you as Masharia, to be a top performer? Because we are living in the world of competition. Not only in your village, not only in Kenya, not only in East Africa, the whole globe. They say nowadays that the globe is not out there. We have it on our hands. So we are living in the world of competition. Where you are working, my friend, if you are not one of the top, when your supervisor is promoting somebody, you won't appear anywhere. And it's a very interesting topic, and we'll see how as individuals you can be able to scale up your career. We'll see how as a business person you can scale up your business. Because one of the challenges we have in Kenya, we have a lot of SMEs, a lot of people who call themselves my business. I'm a businessman. But for years and years they don't grow, they don't develop. And someone told me that if you find that you always talk about my business, there's a problem. That business must be a very small business. You need to change the language and say our business. Even if you are two, our business is doing, our business, not my business. So next time you say my business, I'll visit you. Last time we appointed some mentors, and we said we are going to visit our people who are doing business to see how they are doing. And a lot of visits happened, and maybe if time allows, we'll hear some testimonies. Let's look at this. We are talking about what it takes to be a top performer, either individually or your company. What does it take? When I was thinking about this topic, I just went back to my album, and I saw this photo. And I could remember what was happening when I was in high school. It was my first time to put on a tie. And I was feeling I was on top, isn't it? In fact, my friends were telling me, hey, George Bwana, hey, your tie, iko sawa. By then, I was a top. So do not allow anybody to define what is the best performance for you. It's you to do it. If you don't define it, somebody else will define you in the negative. I'm sure you are aware that generally human beings are negative. When you have a very nice hairstyle, very few people can tell Helen, I like the way you look. Very few people. Because generally people are negative. So for you to be a top performer, it must start with you. And as we discuss, we see some of the characteristics on how you can determine that, yes, you are on the move. Look at this. Maybe by then people are saying, George, for sure you are a top performer. New technology is very challenging. Look at this. This was the university. Yeah, I was there feeling nice. Yeah, and my colleague there is now a top singer, Mr. Kogi. And we were feeling, wow, life is going on very well. Now you can make your own conclusions. Look at that. What is that? This is a pharaoh next to the richest man in East Africa. and top 5 in. There's no way unaweza karibia huyo mtu ukae hivyo. That's why I tell people. No way, how? Hey, this way. Lazima some transfer of something. Either inspiration or you'll be motivated and you change. And that's why we say at PTT, me I tell people, my friend, if you become my friend, there's no way you can die poor. That's given. If you have friends that you have not called for the last 3 months, tafadhali, delete. Weka kwa backup. They are wasting your space. Weka mtu kama George Wachiuri hapo. Kwa nini unapoteza wakati? Weka George hapo. Ukipigia George hata hachukui, George ni mzuri kwa SMS. Jioni naangalia, Eric called. Okay. Leave a message. Lakini watu wa kujaza simu. Hao ni watu wa kusugua wewe. Those are the people when you open a business, they tell you, hii biashara ya roofing, it can't work in Kenya. Asians ndio wanafanya nini? Wako na hiyo biashara. So choose your friends well, eh? You see my friends? Si unaona tu? You know, for me is to inspire you, is to motivate you, is to make you change your mindset.
And it's made me realize that what I've been doing for the last 9 years is actually not my passion. And the talk Sir George has given today has just made me realize, you know what, you need to start doing what you love. And it has confirmed what I've been trying to battle with for the last 2 weeks, and I am not turning back. It's been a blessing. I'm honored, and I thank my friends, Mr. and Mrs. Muraguri, because they're the ones who actually pulled me along and they told me, you know what, Emma, you must attend this.
I tell people that we are 7 billion people in the world. And when God created these people, everybody has got an opportunity. Because opportunities are there. You know, the other day I was looking at these business people who are coming to do real estate in Kenya. You know, people from China, people from Turkey, people from all over. And they are coming doing multi-billion projects. Yet, many of us Kenyans, tunafanya tu ile tu nyumba ya 500, 600, 700. And I decided to do some investigations. And I met this Chinese guy. I was asking him, how comes you're doing projects in Kenya, huge projects, and Sudan? He told me, I'm just a custodian. We are many. Hi, what do you mean we are many? Yeah, this business is owned by 105 Chinese. Some have never even stepped foot in Kenya. No wonder we remain small as Kenyans, because we don't want to partner with others. Let's do partnership. Let's do those JVs, and then we can be able to do better. You know this, man? By the way, I must thank all those who came to Kitui to donate those houses. We are donating houses over the weekend in Kitui County. We donated a lot of houses. I learned that from this old man. That as God helps you to make money, my friend, don't make money your God. Make money and be a channel. Share that money with others. Very, very important. If you don't share, by the way, the owner of the money will say, oh, you are bad custodian. Atatoa kwako, aweke kwa George Wachiuri. Mimi nimeshapeana manyumba. Look at this. Let's quickly look at ourselves. Let's evaluate ourselves. Let's see some of the characteristics of top performers and then ask ourselves, are we part of it? Or what are we missing? I always tell people that top performers are always God-fearing. And this is across board. Me, I do a lot of meetings with people from different faiths, people from Asian community, people from other communities, and they believe in something. One of the guys was telling me, every time they open their shop, the first customer, hata ukienda pale useme, that suit is 1 shilling, they will sell to you. According to them, that's a sacrifice. But for us who are born again, who are Christians, we know what we do. So we know, hiyo ka 10% unakanyanga, unalalia. Hiyo ndio inafanya sasa uwe maskini. But But if you decide, say, pay your tithe, then manage the rest. By the way, it's not the giving, it's paying. Because God has given you life, God has given you friends, God has given you what it takes, free air. And if you put God in whatever that you do, things happen. Some of us who understand what we do at Optiven, they know our story. Because we wonder, out of millions of companies, how can this company called Optiven be number one? That is what happens when you partner with, try it. If it doesn't work, come for a refund. Just try it. People who do community work, they do a lot of giving, especially their time. You know, when people hear of giving, they always think is money, isn't it? You can give your time. You can give your advice, like what I'm doing here. This is not a profit-making forum. It's basically to share information with people like Eric here or Opio, so that next time Eric goes to see that deal, maybe you have read my story, how I lost 5 million, and you learn some lessons from this book and say, wow, before I sign a deal, there are a few things that you must do so that don't lose like George Wachiuri, isn't it? That's why we are here. We are giving our time. Even you, by the way, you can either give your time. There are many families that are suffering, and maybe you are a family expert. You can just go to them and tell them it is possible, it is workable, you can make it.
It's about today, interesting. I think I've learned something. The power of your mind. Your mind. You think big, quantify your dreams. You're headed there.
My name is James Gitonga. I work for Sales Insurance. I'm an accountant by profession. And it's great pleasure being here, especially for George Wachiuri. He's a good mentor, and I'm glad that as for today, he told us that you can dream big, and there is no price for dreaming.
Giving time. Look at our population in Kenya today. We are producing 800,000 young people to the job market, yet private sector like Ernst & Young, Optiven, and others, we can only absorb 50,000. What happens to 750,000? What happens? Some of these guys are graduates, and all what they require from you is just a piece of advice, just how to do a CV. How to format an email, not cash at Gmail. You know, I get these applications that I wonder. This is a whole graduate. Cash at Gmail. Application folder. And they need advice. And you are the people to advise the 750,000 young people loitering around our streets. And that's why for PTT I said, we have to have many mentors, people to work with others, because George's time cannot really be sufficient. We must give some smile, happiness. This is what we did in Kitui. This lady I'm hugging here, she is over 90 years. We went to her homestead. The son had a wonderful house, very nice house, but the mother was staying what I would call, in a whisper, a dog shed. Like a small house with a big crack, an open window, mabati imewekelewa mawe juu, and I say there's no way, George, you can be in Nairobi and you are talking about Optiven Foundation and shoshos in Kitui, they are always crying. They have no houses. We found another, over 200 old ladies, 80 years plus, and we were giving them blankets, some unga that we donated, and one of the ladies was very emotional. She was very emotional. Share your resources. This business of eating your salary alone is dangerous. Last time we agreed, 10% sio yako, isn't it? 10% you save. And if you don't know how to save, just go to my blog, www.georgiewashiri.com. There I have some teachings there on how to save. Unaniambia George Wachiuri ndiye earn 10,000. Nita save nini? Rent ni kubwa. Even if you are earning 10 or 15,000, you can be able to save 10%, because you don't save, my friend. By the time you are this age, this shows will be contributing for your food, isn't it? Lazima ujipange. When you are young, lazima ujipange. share knowledge. Let me tell you, if Kenyans today we can make a decision to share what we know, by the way, we can be the richest nation. Lakini hii selfishness is dangerous. That's why for me I say there is no way Optiven can be number one. And we are not replicating ourselves to other people. In fact, I got annoyed. Nikakasirika. I ordered another book. And this is not a book, by the way. This is not a book. These are secrets of how to run businesses. Somebody read a book and told me, a very senior guy, George, you are crazy. How can you tell people your secrets? Do you know this, what we do for our companies to be multinationals? The secrets are, and no reference from a book from the UK, from the US. This is a Kenyan set up by a Kenyan who has been making 400% growth per year. That's the rate of growth for Optiven. So if you are running a business, this is a must-read book. It's 1,500. These are secrets, not a book. If you want a book, go to a bookshop and buy. These are secrets. And I'm so happy to offer this to PTT members because 5 years later, I want to come to your businesses, your career, to see progression. Because we don't progress, we are doing disservice to our government. We are doing disservice to our unemployed youth. You guys, I can't wait to see you another 5 years. Some of you, you're going to be very wealthy. In fact, many of you, you control resources. As you control those resources, always remember the resources you are controlling are God's resources. Sidio? These are God's resources. So take care. That's why I tell people who are in, especially people who are doing real estate. When I see people cutting 40 by 33, 20 by 50 plot, I call that one greed. And God cannot bless you. Because unafinyilia wengine. We are stewards. We must take care of what God has given us. Many of us, why we are maintaining where we are, either in career or in business, is because siku inakuja unaamuka. George, how are you? Mimi nasukuma siku. Sasa nani kwambia usukume siku? You are not supposed to push for the day. You are supposed to have a vision for your life. Personal life and your business. Let me tell you, we waste a lot of resources because we are not planned. We have no vision. Why? We were not taught. When you went to high school, you are told you are a top performer if you are number one. That's why for me, I don't pressure my sons that you must be number one. No. They could be guitarists, isn't it? Artists. And don't fall in that trap. Unaenda shule unakuta mtoto ako number one from the last. Encourage him or her. Just ask yourself, what's your vision for the next 5 years? Don't answer. Just ask yourself. Is it written somewhere that every day you can look at it? Okay? Are you able to visualize? You know, many times God has given us two sides of the brain. The left and the right. Most of us, we always use what? The left, isn't it? Left you're arguing. It's logic. You know? But if you make a decision to make use of the right one, you visualize. You see that construction company. You can see the building. You can touch it. You can imagine it. Positive leadership. Top performers are positive leaders. You know, when you hear of a leadership, you think it's an organization, it's business. You must be a leader to yourself. Lead yourself. How do you manage your life? How do you manage yourself as a person? You can make yourself a leader. And they say, leaders read. That's why last time we agreed that if you attend PTT, you must read a book, one book at least, in 1 month. And we said, if you don't do that, let me tell you, you keep declining every day. You keep declining and declining. Within no time, when the company is doing retrenchment, you'll be the first one to go. And I tell people, as long as you're not 84 years, go back to school. Same at me, mzee, wapi? Are you 84 years? No, go back to school. I challenge you. A positive leader. You know, the other day I was talking to a fellow who is managing a store, a warehouse. And I was asking him, how comes your company is not expanding? So we had a discussion. And he told me, George, I am completely unable to trust people. Hi! Kamuliza, how? You can't trust people? Are there people who trust you? Do you have suppliers that trust you? And we had a session. After a lot of talk, I discovered this guy does everything. He's the one who goes to the bank. He does the reconciliations. He manages petty cash. He approves. I told him, my friend, you're going to die. And by the way, by his looks, he's older. Because he's full of stress. He's not able to tolerate stress. And for you, because you are in the careers, please don't do everything. Delegate. In fact, they say delegate everything. If you are a supervisor like her, don't do those small things. Empower others to do for you.
Tell me your name. You just look at me. Tell me your name and who you represent.
My name is Steve Mwangi. I represent Platinum Screen Kenya Limited. I am the owner of that company, and we install mosquito screens on windows.
Mr. George, you are a good person. You have mentored so many people. You are not selfish, you know.
Oh, this is my second time to come to PTT, and actually I have enjoyed. The very first time my takeaway was dream big, and today I've been encouraged by Mr. Wachiuri with what he is saying about just sitting down and planning and putting things down, writing them down. So it's been an encouragement to me as an entrepreneur that I don't have just to start to be stuck where I am. I can move up.
According to biblical teachings, the hand that gives is the one that receives. Keep up and thank you a lot.
Look at that. Energy. My friend, if you have no energy, I can teach you how to generate energy. Because if you are a leader and you have no energy, sorry, you'll struggle. There's a way you can generate energy. Last time we agreed that energy is generated right from morning. The way you wake up, the style you wake up with. So don't just wake up and run. There's a style. I think I talked last time how people should be able to move out of their bed. You start from there. The self-talk in the morning, even if it is raining. Just say, this is a wonderful day. Today is a good day. Something good is going to happen. Today I must handle customers. Today I must sell something. By the way, do you know it happens? There's a time I say today, 5 million must come to Optiven. Must. Nothing when I'm treasure. So that time we were doing adverts. People are just streaming. I'm from Thailand. I want to deposit $10,000. I hear you guys, you are good, you are honest. So select for me a project. That was very challenging. Eh? So those self-talks, it happens. Some people say, I want to buy a car. Which one? They don't know. Is it a Volkswagen? So you have to generate that power, that energy, so that you are able to move for the whole day. You can't talk of leadership if people don't trust you. The other day I gave an example. You know, we talked about the 5 friends that you have, and we said, if those friends, you give them 5,000, they can't pay you back. Those are not your friends. And we also say, do you have 5 friends? When you are stuck, you can call them. George, actually, they want 10,000. Without any question, they send through M-Pesa. If you don't have those 5 people, the problem is not them, it's you. Maybe you don't pay debts. Unakopa na hulipi, sidio? If you're not credible, my friend, even if you are working for somebody, that will be seen. If you are doing your own business, it will be seen. Because people buy people. The other day I met one of my mentors, and I was telling him how we are doing at Optiven. So when I told him that this year we are targeting $1 billion plus, hey, the guy stood up. He told me, George, can you scale up? What is 1 billion? Can you scale up? I can sign for you an offer for 15 billion. Hey! Then after that he served me tea. We had a talk for about 45 minutes. Out of that meeting, I'm doing a very crazy proposal. I'm sure very soon you'll see it. Crazy one. Because it's for free. Thinking is free. Reliability. They say that African people, out of 10, you can only get about 3 to 4 people who are reliable. Even the people you're working with, I am sure, Margaret, there are people, when you have an urgent assignment, you can't give them. Sidio? Even in my own organization, there are people I give instruction 10 times. Kuna mwingine namwambia tu nataka hii, bas. It is going to be done. The same with businesses. If you are not reliable to your customers, by the way, they will know what are the other two. Those ones. Don't surprise them. They don't pay. They pay you after 90, 120 days. So you can't achieve top performance if you're not reliable. Okay? And those of you who are in employment, let me tell you, if you are very proactive, that you are given an assignment by your boss and you do it even before you are asked, when the promotion comes, you'll be the first one to be promoted. But if you don't, nasema tu watu wananionea 10 years, no promotion. You cannot talk of performance, especially in business world, if you fear networking. Unakuja kwa PTT, you know, for us we give you 30 minutes to network. That's why for me I talk 1 hour and another 30 minutes for people to know each other. If you fear to network, my friend, you will struggle. The other day I went for a conference in Malaysia, and we went for a meeting to network. Those guys, my friend, they know how to network. And last time I was telling you guys, networking is a skill that you can learn. But one of the challenges we have, maybe a forum like this one, we have only 30 minutes. And we said, if you're in this forum, you must meet at least 15 people. But I come here and I talk to Mr. Okello. Don't give so many stories, isn't it? What do you do? How are you developing this economy? Make it lively, isn't it? And then, we said last time, never ever forget your business card. The same with guys who are looking for jobs. These people you see here, some of them, I'm sure there are some people here looking for employees. They are here, CDO area. Yeah, there are people here looking for. Do yourself a card even if you're a student. Yeah, student at Jomo Kenyatta, doing engineering. Pap, and your phone is there. A nice design. Kwani, lazima ujijaze, CDO. Yeah, ujijaze. We are looking for people who are innovative. Very important. Networking is key. And you can't talk of business if you don't network. You can't.
My name is Faith Mwini. I work for a company called Cosmo Options, market research company. And what we've been doing research here. It's been very nice coming to this talking forum. I've been able to interact with many people, and I'm so glad. And one of my highlights for the evening is just to go and think. Thinking is free. I'm so touched by that, and we have got so much potential that is in us. And I look forward to days when we as youth, we're gonna become better people than who we are today.
My name is Caroline Victory. I'm a business lady. It was awesome. First of all, it was an eye-opening as a young lady, you know, planning on how I can invest and what are the things and the steps I should take. But seeing the leader of Optiven, it's a pace setter, as in it's somebody you can look up to because he's gone through the process, he knows what he's doing, and the best part of it is the vision that is driving in, and that is helping people realize how real estate can add value to them as well, and how to invest in land.
You can't talk of performance if you don't talk of creativity. Days are gone when people used to open shops and wait for customers. Days are gone when graduates were being appointed or interviewed in the universities. Those days are gone. Zimeisha. You have to look for customers. You have to persuade them. You have to massage them. You have to smile to them. Because customers have got options. How many people are dealing with land? See, there are many. Why should you come to Optiven? It's the way we smiled at you, the way we treated you. You can't be a performer if you are not self-assured. Wanaitaka tu kujijaza. Many people don't appreciate their strengths. Wewe kuna vitu Mungu amekupatia, lakini you always don't appreciate, you only see the negative side. And people cannot be the same. Faces are different, eyes are different. We were formatted differently. You better appreciate yourself and be assured. If you are doing a business, trust that business that is going to grow. Lakini usione ya George imeprosper, una cross yako, unaenda ingine. For you to be a better or a top performer, life is made up of decisions. Decisions every time. Even today when you came here, maybe there are other competing things you are saying, do I go to PTT or do I go to somewhere else? Practice to make quick decisions and well-informed decisions. Some of the decisions we made, my friend, we are still regretting, isn't it? Some of you made some decisions and you are still regretting. Young people, they make some funny decisions because a lady amesmile vizuri unasema ni huyu. Sidio? You must make the correct. I always tell my followers, think without limits. Don't limit yourself. Think. And last time we agreed, buy a thinking seat. Kakiti tu kadogo unakalia hapo. George, what are you doing? I'm thinking. Think. Have a pen and a notebook. Those that are coming, you are putting them down. And don't put the limits. Even if you are thinking of how you can buy a jet, wake up. People who are doing business, if you are not comfortable at home, you'll be making very wrong decisions. That's why for you who are married, make sure that your family life works. Your family life must. Sidio Masharia? Huyo bibi lazima akusupport, isn't it? Sidio Honorable Sam? That's why you are always together, isn't it? That's why you are doing exploits in Africa. Make sure that your family avoid quarrels. Use simple words like pest, please, excuse me, sorry. Simple words. Wacha kuwa mgumu kwa your spouse. Yeah. Be open. Communicate. Because there is no spouse from the mass. They have issues. Know the issues, know the weaknesses, and make your family work or work. If you are not married, you have children. Create heaven in your home. Kwa nini unajistress na hapo ndio unakaa unalala usiku? Make it heaven.
I'm going home a very different person.
I've been so touched, PTT. I didn't know it existed, but one of my friends referred to me, and I'm definitely going to become one of your good ambassadors.
For me, it has been a challenge and inspiring as well. I heard him say about people say they want to get cars or have a house, but you don't know exactly what you want. I know mine, a 320i. That's where I'm starting.
I actually didn't know about the networking aspect and everything, which is so great. I've enjoyed. I've met many great people.
Thank you very much, and go Optiven. Good job. Yes.